Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing a video of my NES collection from my childhood. First I got to define what is my childhood. Because right now I firmly believe, at turning 41 next month, I'm still a child. If you talk to my wife and daughter, they may actually agree with you. Anyway, so I'm just going to define it from the moment I got my NES till the day before my 18th birthday. I figure that's fair. Alright, my childhood NES collection. First up, we have Street Fighter 2010. Really fun game. I really enjoy it. Not too many people actually play this game. I don't hear too many people speaking of it, but I really like it. Everybody's favorite, Contra. It's not necessarily my favorite run and gun, but it's fun. And I taught my daughter how to do her left and right with the Konami code. Alright. This one here was a little disappointing to me. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. See, I thought I was getting the arcade game. I was getting this one. The arcade game was just a fun beat 'em up, and this one took a lot more strategy, and as a young kid, I didn't have time for that when I was young. Next up, another one I don't hear anybody ever talk about is Rescue. It's got some run and gun elements, it's got some first-person shooter elements, and it's just a really fun, action-packed game. It's actually pretty easy to beat. Kung Fu. I got this game because I used to drop too many quarters on it in the arcade. And I wanted to play it all the time in the arcade. So instead of dropping 25 cents a play, buy the game. Got another good one here with Ninja Gaiden. It's kind of a tough one. Actually, I've yet to try to beat it. I haven't played it in quite a long time. Alright, there's a few that are in my collection from my childhood that I don't have right now. I lost my entire NES collection in my early 20s. That's a story for a different day. So one that I can't talk about right now is Double Dragon. But I can talk about the other one I had, which I think is the best Double Dragon game on the NES, which is Double Dragon 2. I've beaten this beat 'em up multiple times, and I just think it's a quintessential beat 'em up for the NES, in my personal opinion. One of my favorite beat 'em ups of all time. This here was my favorite basketball game until NBA Jam came out. Arch rivals. I mean, who doesn't like a basketball game where you can run up and punch your opponent in the face? Here's one that I loved making tracks as a kid with Excitebike, and I passed that love on to my daughter. She loves making tracks on Excitebike. If you guys didn't know, I got a kid who's 10 years old. It's year 2021 right now, and I'm raising her as an 80s and 90s baby. Then I got Punch-Out. I never got Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I got this version of Punch-Out. Which leads me to the next game that I no longer have in my collection, which is George Foreman's KO Boxing for the NES. I did, however, pick it up on the Super Nintendo. I got to play it through to see how it compares. And I actually like George Foreman's for KO Boxing better than Punch-Out. Alright, I had a thing for wrestling when I was a young kid. I was a little Hulkamaniac. Loved the WWF. So anyway, I had tag team wrestling. And I had World Championship Wrestling. And we'll get to the WWF stuff in here. Here's the first game I ever had on the NES. I had the triple pack here with Duck Hunt, Mario Brothers, and World Class Track Meet with the power pad. And yeah, I remember I used to cheat with the power pad on the long jump, jumping off the power pad and then back onto it to get some extra distance. Here's a weird one. Bionic Commando. You didn't jump. You had a weird grappling hook that you used to get yourself up on the different things or swing from trees. And I always thought the play mechanic was just kind of odd, but a lot of fun because it wasn't just a normal A to shoot, B to jump. Alright. I had Wrestlemania. Not a very good wrestling game, but I had it. I had Wrestlemania Steel Cage Challenge, a little bit better than Wrestlemania. And the quintessential of the Wrestlemania series, I had Wrestlemania Challenge. I don't have it now. Still got to get it for my collection. Dr. Mario and Tetris. Love both these games. But I wasn't huge on playing them on my NES. I preferred playing them on my Game Boy. Generally in the back seat of a 1989 Ford Escort on road trips with my grandparents. Here's a fun shooter. Sky Shark. It's along the lines of like 1942, 1943, but with better graphics in my personal opinion. And then probably my favorite shooter on the NES, which a lot of people will probably look at me funny for. But it's by Square and it's King's Knight. I love this game. Not the greatest at it, but I love this game. I also had Faxanadu. I don't have that one anymore either. I just remembered that off the top of my head. Huh. Blades of Steel. Great, fun hockey game that I completely suck at, except for when I just turned it into a fighter. I was good at scrapping on the game. I wasn't good at shooting, passing, or skating on the game. Got Skater Die 2, and the better one of Skater Die. I used to have a lot of fun on Freestyle, and then on the Downhill Jam. Those were fun. I had Jordan vs. Bird, and another one that I don't have here in front of me was Tecmo Nba Basketball. You play a full 82 game season. I always played with the Lakers, and my favorite player growing up, and still to this day, is James Worthy. Somehow my favorite player always scored on an average 75 to 100 points a game when I played that game. Huh. And last but not least, my favorite game of all time. And I don't care what other people think. To each their own. I'll die on this hill, but Dragon Warrior is the best game. Period. You can fight me. That was my NES childhood collection. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Alright guys, quick little add-on. I had these video games pulled aside, so I completely spaced on them, because I haven't pulled aside for a different video. And, Pinball, and Rockin' Ball. Now that's my complete collection for my childhood for NES. Alright, thanks guys.